What's going on, Broncos country? Luke Patterson, boots on the ground. Day number 12 here at Broncos camp in this third week of training camp. And Tuesday morning is a very important day here at UC Health Training Center for the Broncos practice, as you're looking at a historic transition of ownership. It is expected today, at some point, probably in the mid-afternoon, that the rest of the NFL owners will accept and vote in the Robert Walton-Penner ownership group that is set to take over official ownership as early as today. I expect a big day, probably tomorrow. Today's officially kind of the last day, or at least the last practice right now, of the Bowlen era. And when you look back at what Pro Football Hall of Famer Mr. Pat Bowlen, God rest his soul, did for not only this franchise, this community, the state of Colorado, and the NFL as a whole, it's easy to say that the ownership is definitely changing, but the impact by Mr. Bowlen, what he has done for this fan base, this Broncos community, and everything here in Denver, Colorado will forever live on. I'm very excited about this new ownership group. Of course, there are a lot of colorful personalities and significant, powerful people joining this ownership group, if you will. So expect some sparks to fly here in the next couple days. Maybe you see some new faces around practice, something that everyone's looking forward to. When you look at training camp practice today as a whole, again, all preparations are on the Dallas Cowboys, who come into town on Thursday. Guys are trying to stay up, guys are trying to stay healthy, but guys are trying to learn as well. Coaching, learning, and fine-tuning the details is about Broncos camp, specifically head coach Nathaniel Hackett's most recent philosophy on practice, which is let's take care of the small details now, fix them in real time so that they could pay dividends later. This is Luke Patterson from Mile High Huddle, day number 12, boots on the ground, saying always believe in that Mile High magic. Head on over to milehighhuddle.com.